What's up, y'all? It's Bethany and Kristen,
y'all?
and you have sent us some of your questions here on Instagram. So I am pulling some from this. Kristen actually doesn't know which ones I'm pulling, so we're gonna do this thing.
Keep them easy.
Who is more artistic out of the two of you?
That was me saying. I would
think
say maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say you're more artistic. We are both, I would say, extremely creative in our own ways. Creativity isn't always specific.
When I was a little kid, I would always have like little drawing competitions and force you to play with me, and I would pick like, okay, we're gonna draw a cup, we're gonna draw the sun, we're gonna draw a tree, and whoever could do the best one won. And I feel like I was winning a lot.
We were all younger than you. You were the oldest.
I'm not
sibling.
saying I have talent.
Anyways, okay. How do y'all take time for yourselves and relax? Do you struggle with this at all? So interestingly enough, actually, so we I feel like we used to, and then we really like struggle to maybe like take downtime, because when you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business, it can be ministry, whatever, it can be hard to like separate your life from that, so you just kind of bring work with you everywhere you go, rather than like kind of taking time to live life. But I feel like we've gotten better at that. We'll be like, okay, we need to close the computers, we need to go have dinner with our husbands, or just take time to listen to good podcasts, go on a walk, exercise, things like that. I feel like we've gotten better at it, but I think it's just a mental mindset and a choice, don't you?
And you have to make it. Yeah, I think what has helped is that we have a little workstation where we always work. We stand a lot, so we put our little standing extension things on the end of my table, and that when we get set up, we're like, okay, we're working. And then when we take those down at the end of the day, it's kind of like we're putting work away. Like, we're taking the extension desk down, we're putting everything back into the office, like we're done for the day.
Michael Hyatt, you look him up, he's a great author and blogger and whatever, and he has a lot of great advice on this, so he's helped us a ton with mindsets and stuff with this. Okay, favorite songs. This is always so hard for me, like favorite songs.
Okay, I really love I Am by David Crowder. Like, I am holding on to you. We're actually going to be singing that at our upcoming conference. I really like
okay, this is a random one. A lot of you probably will have never heard it, but it's called Thief by Third Day. It's a really old song. I know, but it's like one of my all-time favorites, just because, you know. And Kristen's keeping her eyes on the road.
I am, like, not
there's
trying
like
to run over
and, like,
small
a four-wheel.
children walking. Okay,
so let's see.
Hi. All right, keep going. You can never think of the names of songs on the spot, ever.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I can't even think.
I can't even think either. Okay. Do you ever have your quiet time in the car?
I do prayer time in the car sometimes. Like, I'll read the Bible at home, and then if I didn't plan enough time, which that happens, then I'll get in the car and I'll actually like have prayer and worship, like listen to worship songs, make it really worshipful, pray.
Well, you'll do the
the audio. Okay, like the ESV
Every Day in the
Word podcast is really cool, but I try to get physically in the Word because I just feel like I focus a lot better that way.
Yeah, I drive to her house, which is where we work, so I drive like 20 minutes every single day, and sometimes I'll listen to podcasts and stuff, but I've really gotten into, it's basically a podcast, but it's really Timothy Keller's sermons, and they're really great. So I have 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. That's almost enough time for an entire sermon, and that's actually been really cool. I feel like I've really enjoyed that. So we like to take advantage of car time, basically.
I'm glad that drive has been a blessing to you.
Okay, best modest clothes pairing tips.
Ooh, like pairing like top and bottom, or like pieces?
Yeah, pieces probably.
Okay, so a lot of dresses, you know, some people might not consider them as modest, like summer styles where they just don't have a lot of coverage. So I love how it's really fashionable right now to wear a cute little tee underneath, just to give a little more coverage. So you can wear super cute summer dresses, add a little tee underneath. I love that pairing, like a sundress with the fun tee.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tip. We're already tall, so this doesn't help us that much, but if
6'1"
you are shorter and you want like a longer dress or a longer shirt or whatever, you order things in tall, even though you're not tall, and you can get like extra length on your clothes.
I've heard of a lot of tall, I've
heard of a lot of shorter girls mentioning that, and they're like, it's a great tip. Okay,
nice.
Two more. What are some ways to serve God? Why don't you share personally rather than
I think the biggest thing is God set up the local church, right? Like, it was God's idea to have a local church. So finding ways that you can serve Him first and foremost in your local church, getting involved in a gospel-centered, Bible-believing church that is preaching the truth, like what God's word says, and then looking for ways to plug in. So ways that I plugged in have been getting involved in a small group in my church and making that a priority to be involved in community. I serve on our worship team. I serve on the hospitality team, greeting people, welcoming
Which is why
people.
She likes to sing. I am, but you play the piano anyways.
I play the piano. I don't sing. Yeah. So the local church, it is like God's design for us, and it's a great way to get plugged in and serve.
There's a program at my church called Awana, and I've been serving there for like
for forever. You were in the program as like a little girl.
And
Wow.
I've been a leader for like a million
That's
years,
so
not even
cool.
joking. So that's a way that I serve.
A million, no joke.
And that's a good fit and a good opportunity because it's a part of my church. Okay, last question. How can I make friends at church if I'm an introvert?
Oh, what people don't realize is that I'm not 100% extrovert. People think like,
Yeah.
oh, you're so outgoing and all this. And when I was young, I was really like, I wanted to stay home and not be around people very much. So
You were very, very
like
scared
timid
of
and
people.
nervous, and like God has really helped me grow a lot in that.
Yeah.
But I'm still like 50%
By the
of
way,
me.
my dog's with me.
Oh, by the way, yeah, we've got our lap dogs. Okay, focused. So an introvert, I think you've got to just focus. Like some of the things that really helped me when I was younger was, okay, I've got to get outside of myself
Yeah.
and realize the whole world doesn't revolve around me and my fears and what people think of me, but try to love
Yeah.
others and look for people who maybe are quiet and don't know anyone and go up and meet them and become friends with them and get involved in things that allow you to meet people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an introvert, and I think I feel like in being an introvert or an extrovert can become an excuse for like
Doing or not doing something.
doing or not doing something. But there are days where I don't feel like talking to people, or I don't feel like going out of my way, and I think it's just a mindset. Like, am I here for me, or am I here to bless and love other people? And there may be days where you're just not feeling that well. You don't always have to go out of your
Right.
way, but like if you're at church and it's the greeting time, instead of just shaking people's hand, I always try to ask them like, how long have you been going here? Oh, that's great. Are you from this area? I don't think I've met you. I always try to ask more questions, so just prepare ahead of time and mentally think like, okay, am I going to church just to focus on me and how I'm feeling, or am I going to try to focus on how other people are feeling and how I can make their day just a little bit better? And if you kind of have that mental switch, it kind of helps. And I can't speak anymore.
All right,
I'm
guys,
done.
we love answering your questions.
Oh.
I know this was kind of random, like, woo, we're bouncing over a lot of speed bumps.
Let's just be honest. We have our conference in 2 days.
Okay.
And so we couldn't do a regular vlog. We just need to be honest.
We're driving to get lunch while we are working like crazy morning till night to get ready for
That's
our
why I can't speak, because I'm losing my
Girls
brain.
Defined conference.
So
Our
busy.
brains are gone. All right, y'all, comment below with whatever you want and let us know if you have any questions.
Like and subscribe and give us
We'll see you
grace.
later.
Bye.